And on this episode of I Don't Know What's Real or Satire Anymore, we have this from Esports. Black myth Wulong's shameless lack of diversity is attracting the wrong types of fans. Tagline, we shouldn't be carrying hate into what should be a safe space for everyone. Now, if you don't know what Black Myth Wulong is, it's already Steam's most played single-player game of all time with 2 million. It passed 2 million concurrent players for the game. We're talking about a game that is smashing records, looks awesome. Every gameplay that I've seen so far, a streamer of it, this looks like an amazing game. It's going to win a ton of awards. It's going to make a boatload of money, boatloads of money. And this dude here is complaining that there's a lack of diversity in it. Now let me just put my tinfoil hat on for a second. This is my theory that these video game companies, they also own these shill sites. Because when someone puts out an article like this, you look on his Twitter, he doesn't have that many comments so far, only 13 comments. He's getting harpooned in the comment section about this. He puts up a post talking about the article, says we shouldn't be carrying hate into what should be a safe place for everyone. Black Myth Wulong with a tear face on it. So his article here is just crying about the lack of diversity in this game. It's about a monkey. It's about a kung fu monkey. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the character that Goku from Dragon Ball was based off of. Because he has the flying nimbus and the power pole and everything like that. And also he's a monkey that loves to fight things. But Tom Foley has a massive problem with this game because of its lack of diversity. The article says, shortly before release, developer Game Science came under fire for its streaming guidelines that reportedly prohibits creators from talking about politics and feminist propaganda. The studio also faced criticism after alleged sexist comments surfaced suggesting Black Myth Wulong needed no female players. Oof, needed no female players. I wonder how that affected this game's release. Oh, sorry, again. Broke Steam's record for single-player game. Wow. Goes on to say, somewhat surprising, this led to hordes of self-proclaimed anti-woke fans coming out of the woodwork to celebrate Wulong's lack of diversity. That's why I think these sites are paid by these game developers. Remember with Hogwarts Legacy? It was kind of an average game. Maybe a little bit above average. It wasn't the most groundbreaking game of all time. Made a ton of money. And it made a ton of money because of sites like this. Sites like this that are crying about a lack of diversity, a lack of representation, a lack of inclusivity, and people are saying, hey, it doesn't have any of these things in it. I will give this game company my money. Because I trust that their best interest is making a good game and not talking about propaganda or any of the things out there that don't lead to a good and successful game. So that's just my tinfoil hat theory. That there are all these websites that have been built up to purely do one thing and one thing only. Write articles like this that will go viral. And then people are going to go out there and buy this game to spite these people. This part says, anti-woke gamers assemble. Usually when a game is anti-woke, it kind of does well, right? Same thing with their movies and shows and stuff like that. It's not really proven any metric at all that woke is actually helping any of these companies out. Because anytime they go down this woke route, the shows and movies are usually done at that point. Goes on to say, to talk about the unsavory replies from fans delighted that the games isn't inclusive. One of the top comments is, because it's not gay or woke. Has about 4,000 likes on it. So proud of this game that doesn't support any gender or sexual orientations unlike the other games nowadays. It's amazing. You make a game that's good and it does well. It's amazing. It's like you make a good game and fans will buy it and like it and love you in the comment section. Another great comment says, liberals are in tears. And Tom goes on to say, and it sounds like right-wing gamers couldn't be happier. Tom, your side ain't winning. How's the Acolyte doing? The most woke show out there, the most inclusive, diverse, and sexually inclusive show out there. One season, $180 million. And right now, if you go on the Disney store, there are no Acolyte products. They've taken it all down. So, please, Tom, let me know, out of pure curiosity, where woke actually is profitable. I actually don't know why he continued writing this article, because he says, it doesn't stop there. On August 20th, creator Ryan Kinnell shared a YouTube video called Woke Game Journalist Triggered Over Black Myth Wulong. The comments paint a similar picture, and it won't take long to find dozens of parallel examples. I'm getting this game just because it doesn't have diversity. Another comment said, journalists would give it a 10 out of 10 if it was black chick with a dong. He even says how clever. Yeah, it was clever, Tom. That was a very clever comment. And you know what? I bet it had a ton of likes on it. And you probably would have given this game a 10 out of 10 if it was that. Surprisingly, Tom actually gave this an 8 out of 10. Which is kind of weird, right? He says, I've yet to encounter a single female character alongside the one in the animated mini-boss called the Mother of Stone. And no one can convince me that's a good thing. And no one could convince me that's a good thing. Tom, 2 million people are playing this game. That's just the people on Steam playing this game. Imagine on other consoles. Oof. They're going to be boatloads of money in just a month or two from this game's release. They're going to bankroll so many projects just from this one thing. And I really hope this company doesn't sell out. I hope they just keep going down this pathway of making the best games possible. The game looks beautiful. Let's just forget like the diversity and inclusion and crap like that. The game looks really awesome. So companies should be looking at this stuff and saying, okay, maybe we should focus on this. I'm really curious of what this dude is going to give Assassin's Creed Shadows, because that's about diversity, inclusion, and all that other crap like that, and the game looks like crap. The game looks bad. I can't imagine why they would do the animation with Yasuke, the greatest samurai of all time, jumping off the building. It looks so clunky and weird. Like, this is Assassin's Creed. Like, the first game did this so much better. How are you guys going so downhill with just the simplest things now? That game's going to flop. We all know it's going to flop. Star Wars Outlaws, that's going to flop too. No one's going to buy either one of those games. And you know what? Honestly, Ubisoft at this point, they're going to be on life support soon. They don't really have a lot of things that are desperately bringing in gamers these days. It just looks like this might actually be the end of them because of wokeness and diversity and inclusion, all the crap like that does not make a game remotely good. This part says diversity isn't a bad thing and we shouldn't be afraid of it. Bro, Blade is like one of my favorite movies of all time. No one cares about diversity. We only care about good products. If a character just so happens to be black or a woman or anything like that, I mean, diversity. Bruce Lee was a god forever. Jet Li, Jackie Chan, they have huge amounts of fans that aren't Asians. No one cares. They just want to say, hey look, a Jackie Chan movie. I guess I'll watch it because he's awesome. Having a diverse cast of characters makes games more believable. It helps females and minority players feel represented. How's the Acolyte doing? Your argument isn't working, Tom. You're talking about how diversity is a good thing, we should keep going with it, and then all these products, movies and shows and companies are hemorrhaging money because they're caring too much about diversity. Half the people on the planet are women. Around 10% of humans identify as LGBT+. Okay, so you're telling me that every game and movie company and show company out there say, okay, we need to make sure our entire cast and storylines are focused around these things, these ideologies, this representation. Where is it working, Tom? Please, if you can find me a place where diversity is any strength whatsoever. The NBA, where are the 5-foot-tall Chinese guys? Is there any NBA team that's going, hey, I want to go hire the shortest people out there, the most diverse group out there? I want my team to be just like the colors of the rainbow. Every single shade is represented out there. No, it doesn't work that way. Ever. Any successful company does not care about diversity. Diversity helps break down stereotypes like the utter untrue notion that women don't enjoy games. Men have been playing games with female characters as the main leads forever. Have you heard of Samus and Bayonetta and Lara Croft? Have you heard of any of those characters, Tom, as you were writing this article? It facilitates richer narratives and fosters more creative storytelling. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all. If you replace Lara Croft with a black dude, it doesn't really change at all, does it? It's still a good game. It's still the same premise and everything like that. It's a character that just so happens to be a woman. And it doesn't affect anything. And games that deliberately omit diversity feel narrower in scope and perspective, not to mention putting off prospective buyers. 2 million players on Steam alone. Where are these buyers you're speaking about that aren't going to be playing the game? You played the game, Tom. Okay? You're playing the game. Oh, good lord, this is going to be great. Purely from a business perspective, diverse gamers appeal to more players. No, it doesn't. Which can improve sales by helping developers tap into new markets. No, it doesn't. You know what taps into a new market? Making a good product. I'm white. I love the movie Boys in the Hood. That shouldn't make any sense, right? I love the Blade franchise. How is that possible? Does that what untapped market is that? I like good content, therefore I shall watch good content. He goes on to say, they create opportunity for marginalized content creators and encourage us to develop empathy for groups we aren't familiar with. No, it doesn't. I don't give a damn about any other groups out there as I'm playing video games. What does that mean, empathy for groups who I aren't familiar with? What does that mean? That therefore if I'm playing a game that features a gay black woman, I'm going to have more empathy for the gay black community? Is that what he's inferring here, that my mind is going to be now warped and changed, and I'm going to start feeling things for these people because I'm playing a game that just so happens to have a character that might be different than me? No. No, it doesn't. I don't think out of all the Bruce Lee movies I've ever watched ever, did I feel anything for the Asian people. Not a single time. It's like, oh, cool, Bruce is beating the hell out of a group of people in a room. Wow, he pulls out nunchucks. What am I supposed to do after that? What does he want me to do after watching a Bruce Lee movie? Am I going to go have a profound love of Asians? Why would I do that? Goes on to say, game science doesn't seem interested in any of these. I'm not saying every game needs diversity and inclusion shoved down its throats. Far from it. That's exactly what you're saying. You're saying the problem with this game is the fact that it does not have the diversity and inclusion that you're looking for. Shoved down our throats. Yes, this is exactly what you're saying. A game about a monkey character does not have enough women in it. Who cares? Who has ever cared while playing a game that there's a lack of a certain gender in it? You could have had it to where it was all women. I'm actually, out of pure curiosity, if the main character was a gay black woman and all the characters in this game were women, would he say this is a win for diversity? That this game is out there trying to push societal norms and try to adhere to a different group of gamers, and hopefully that the male gamers will go out and play this game? Pure curiosity. I wonder, he wouldn't say it though. If I was to ask him that question on Twitter, I might actually ask him that. I'd ask him other questions as well. But I'm going to ask him that question and see if he feels the same way about it. He'll probably say, no, I want a game with all shades of the rainbow in it. That's the safest answer you can give. But realistically, if this game was featuring a gay black woman and all the characters in this were women, would he be saying this is a win for gaming society out there and to push gender norms? There are plenty of excellent games that don't have a diverse cast or characters simply because there is no room for them. But there was room for diversity in Black Myth Wulong, and the developer seamlessly chose to ignore it. Yes, you're absolutely right. The developers of this game said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go out there, we're going to cater to our buy-in audience, the people that are buying our games, and we're going to go out there and we're going to make the best game possible, and everyone's going to love it. And from these reports of the records on Steam, people do, Tom. When a developer elects to only feature straight male characters, it sends a message that diversity isn't important. It's not. It's not important. No one has ever cared about diversity ever. We live in one world, we're all one people, we're all hanging out with each other. Never, ever, ever have I watched the product and say, you know what would make this product better? If it had more white or brown people in it. Not a single time have I ever said, you know what, this product would be so much better if it had more Arab women in it. Goes on to say, or worse, that's a bad thing. It is a bad thing. There's no company out there, no woke company out there that's actually doing well right now. It's all going bad. It's all bad for all these companies. It rallies toxic community members who share the same opinion. Yes, we all share the same opinion, Tom. We want products that are good. We want games that are good. We want movies and shows that are good. That's all we care about. Encouraging passionate gamers to go for each other's throats. We're not going for each other's throats, Tom. We're just laughing at you. Catalyzing a divide between gamers is terrible for the industry. 100% it is. 100%. Dividing your gamers is bad for your industry. So maybe you should focus on the things that make sense and the products that are going to make the most amount of money. We shouldn't be carrying hate into what should be a safe space for everyone. White dudes for Harris. Right here. Now, out of pure curiosity, I went to this dude's Twitter just to check out the comment section of what's going on with this post. It says, this is why keep politics out of gaming. Shut the F up. Leave us alone. Tom's response, no. Tom, you're not winning this battle. Smoothest of smooth brain takes. Tom's reaction, cry more. Tom, you've lost this argument. And yes, I fully know what it's like to battle a rabid comment section that's going to disagree with you. Don't put cry more. That's not a drop microphone moment. No one is going along with this. Why would anyone, just out of pure curiosity, if you're a business and you're seeing, okay, a lack of diversity and inclusion is making tons of money, why would I want to do the opposite? That's what I've said for a while. Let's pretend we live in a world where everyone is sexist and racist. Why would any company want to put millions and millions of dollars and years of, who knows how many years it took to make this game? This game is beautiful, so it probably took more than a week to make it. Why would you want to invest time and money into a product that you know is going against everything that your fan base wants? I will never understand that, especially with Disney these days. Seeing all their future crap that they're going to throw out at us, why are you investing time and money into things you know is not going to have any return whatsoever? Who exactly isn't able to enjoy this game? What about the game excludes any minority or community? It excludes women. 2 million people are playing this game, Tom. I don't think they need the women. This is not like, remember how funny it was with Brie Larson talking about that she doesn't really need straight white men to see her movie, and then the Marvels had one of the biggest box office flops of the year. And yes, I understand Captain Marvel, the first one, made $1 billion. Yeah, that's because it strategically came out before Endgame. They put that movie out there. Can you imagine if they put Captain Marvel out? Imagine if all the Marvel movies came out in the timeline order of when they were supposed to happen. It would have came out after Captain America the First Avenger. Do you realistically think that movie, Captain Marvel, would have made $1 billion if it was the second movie in the MCU? Not even close. The MCU would have been dead at that point. Dead, dead, dead. I have to bleep out most of this. Laugh my ass off. Another Sweet Baby Inc. blank lover. You pathetic woke shits are the ones who keep crying for a game. His response, is that all you got? Sounds like you're the one crying. Tom, why would this person be crying? They're right. The game is doing well. The game is doing better than expectations. Stellar Blade did pretty damn good last I checked. And what happened? All these Shill journalists hated it. Now, I was going to type this one myself, but this guy beat me to it. One look at your profile pic and your, I can't even pronounce this word, tells us all we need to know. I can imagine you crying in real-life confrontations. Now, this absolute chat of a comment here, I'm curious if Tom's going to respond to it. I'm curious how you feel about the BET channel. You know, the one that focuses on black culture. Do you think there should be more white people in their programs? He hasn't responded to this one, but I've heard nothing but good things about this guy that posted this. So yeah, in conclusion, this game, Black Myth Wulong, from everything that I've seen so far, this game is doing a fantastic job. It is making a ton of money, great reviews from people that are playing it, and everyone that's loving this game is not remotely cared about the diversity and inclusion or anything like that. And you know what? Here's the crazy part. I wasn't going to pick this game up because I'm very cheap. I usually wait for things to come on the Game Pass. I might go out and buy this game right now, full price, because I read this article. And I want to stick it to this guy. And I want to go out there and have a really great gaming experience. So, you know what? Because of this article, because of Tom Foley, I might actually purchase this game today. Amazing. That's why I think that these sites exist to do nothing but create controversy and make these game companies a ton of money. And I know that sounds crazy, and it makes me think about the new Crow movie that just came out. And in the comment section today, I was talking about the movie. Everyone was saying, I'm just going to watch the original. I'm going to purchase the original. Do they make these remakes out there so people will just go and buy and watch the originals? So thank you, Tom. Thank you for the recommendation for this game. I will probably be purchasing this game today, and I'll let you guys know how it is. So, in the end, what do you guys think about that?
Yes, I am the hero of this story. In the face of darkness,